1, 2, 3, go.
Welcome to Scale Builders Guild.
Welcome to Harley Designs.
Episode 68.
68.
68, dude.
Giggity.
And then on
How have
next
you been?
week's show. Oh, man. I've been pretty good. I was busy. Not so much this week. I was busy last week. I'm feeling a lot lighter today.
Yeah, exactly. Your head seems to have narrowed.
I feel weird that Matt isn't wearing a hat. I feel weird too.
True, you normally do wear hats.
Yeah.
The day I don't wear a hat is the day things get weird. Now,
Right,
I mean,
exactly.
Although there's a lot of my older videos especially, where I didn't have a hat on. Or I would be wearing my glasses instead of my contacts.
Yes.
Man.
Boy,
Anymore though. You changed up a little bit and people are like,
You're not something odd about your face.
I think I need to go back to mustache Josh though.
I like mustache Josh.
I think it's time. It's time for a mustache again.
Don't wait, Matt has hair? Don't make this weird.
Everybody check in where you're watching from.
Please do that.
And
I'm watching from Toronto, Canada.
I am watching from Sacramento, California. And the last kit you built.
Ooh, that's a good
Gotta
one.
Be a kit.
I want to know what kits people are buying.
If you haven't built an RC kit, the last piece of IKEA furniture or whatever will do.
Or get out of here. No, stay. Stay.
Yeah. If you're not building kits, then
you can tell us what RTR
models,
you broke.
Whatever it takes.
Yeah.
Long time listener, first time caller. Hello, Ben.
Oh, hello, Ben.
So yeah, I swear that it's been hot here again. It hasn't been our 108s and 110s, but it's still, and it just sucks it out of you, man.
Does it?
Yeah, it does.
But you don't have to deal with a lot of humidity where you are.
That is true. 100 degrees is not as zapping as a Midwest 90.
Right, because we get a lot of 90s here.
Yeah.
And the humidity makes me want to not be alive.
Yeah.
How can we get rid of this humidity?
I have been considering just going buzz cut. I don't think I've done it since like the 4th grade, maybe 5th or 6th, but I've been considering it.
Tonight on Livestream Takeover, haircuts.
Yeah. Brazen scale. AxialFest was damp, except Saturday, which was 90 and moist, which is a great point. I did not confirm with him today, but last we talked to Rich.
Yeah, we'll get him on.
Trujillo, and we're going to have him on to speak of his time in the Midwest during the rainy season.
A Californian's adventure.
Yeah.
Because I live out this way.
Little toaster.
Yeah, I live out this way, and I don't like it. So when I go out west to California or Las Vegas, I just go, yes, give me the heat. Soak it in.
Air.
Yes, I've never had so many Triscuits in my nose.
You're just walking around with chapstick and enjoying the heat. Don't do that. Stop doing that. God. Ben says, I know Josh is into sports, but can we get some Phoenix Suns good juju energy? Are the Suns in the playoff or basketball playoffs going right now?
I don't watch a ton of sports, but I know that they are playing that game. I also saw a very questionable player from the Clippers gesture wildly after what he thought was a bit of a fall, was a bit dramatized, but it wasn't. That man fell hard. Basketball.
Yep. I got no idea what you're talking about.
Sports. Tonight on Livestream Takeover, 2 idiots talk about sports.
Yeah, Western Conference Finals.
Did I say Clippers? I said Clippers. Western
So
Conference.
that's not the playoff?
No, that is the playoffs.
That is the playoffs.
That's the one before the finals.
Okay, that makes sense. Sure.
Whatever.
Sports ball.
Daniel Blythe, my satisfied jerky arrived today, and it's delicious. Speaking
did anybody order Armageddon? I want to know.
I made another order for myself just recently because my iron is low, and I've been quite dizzy lately, so I need to get my iron up, eat more meat. I made the order and it finalized it, and about 5 minutes later, Gunnar messaged me and goes, "What? No Armageddon?" And in fact, today I was at one of my local shops and dropped off one of the packages for one of the guys that works there, Dave. Yeah.
Did he eat it? Did you stay and see?
No, I didn't, because we just opened up again. I don't want to be the guy that's standing around in the store waiting for him to eat something. Oh, man.
I had one of the other bags of Armageddon at work.
Who tried it?
And I warned the packaging girls specifically. I said, this is very hot. So they took what I would equate to like a fleck of pepper. Like if you were to take and like grind pepper and just get like a piece of that.
Yeah.
And they each put it on their tongue, and each of them freaked independently. It
is pretty hot. I mean, when I dropped it off for Dave, I said, I don't know why you want this. First of all. Secondly, don't say I didn't warn you. This is very hot. This is the hottest thing I've ever had in my life. Don't eat it. Don't eat a lot of it all at once. Just take it slow.
Right. Yeah. That's
Moose Jaw's giving us a hard time because we didn't talk about hockey, but I'm even less interested in it.
Does that happen in the summer?
It's happening right now.
Really?
Yeah. The Montreal Canadiens, Canadiens, les habitants, are playing against another team. I can't remember.
The Detroit Red Wings.
The New York Islanders.
That sounds like one.
That could be the team, but I don't know.
Panthers. Florida Panthers. Wait,
Yeah.
That's football?
Jessica's two-car garage said, I went to a fight and I saw a hockey game break out.
That's actually, Ben was asking, you ever watch Hot Ones?
Yeah. That's a Hot Wings show.
Yeah, Hot Wings show. I am wondering as well how hot, like they're hot. Like they've got the last dab, the very final one.
Yeah, they're pretty hot probably. Because I've had a couple of hot
I don't know.
wings.
I'm wondering if there's many
is
packaged.
Is it the Florida Lightning? Oh my God. I had no idea. I have the shirt.
There you go. Mr. John Grant. I'm wondering, there cannot be too many like packaged food items that are too much hotter than this.
No, I don't think there is. Not that you can buy legally.
I'm saying like packaged food.
They're like, yo, man.
Not like a single pepper that you can acquire. No. Like I'm guessing that like one chip challenge and stuff like that is similar to that.
Oh yeah, the one chip. I don't want that one chip either.
You don't?
No.
I'm kind of interested.
If it's anything like this Armageddon jerky, count me out.
I had some more of it on Friday. I had probably 4 or 5 more pieces on Friday.
You're dumb.
Yeah, I know.
Did you feel any after effects in this area down here?
I'm like, I think that maybe I felt a little, but not terribly.
See, because when I had it,
iron gut.
When I had it, and just for that little tiny piece, the following few hours, not my favorite time of the evening. It's kind of like
no, the one piece definitely didn't affect me. I had to have a number of them before I was like, maybe that's something. But
Alex goes, "You crazy kids in your sports. Now let me tell you about the GR Yaris rally team."
Every time we bring up racing in the mod chat,
Oh, I know.
Alex is just like,
the Yaris's are doing quite well.
Let's talk about rally instead.
Leading the driver and constructor championship in a Yaris.
In a Yaris. Speaking of racing, I talked about in the scale news, but Arma.
They're making a NASCAR.
Yeah.
It's out. It's out right now. Head on over to A-Main. Check the link in my chat. Use the link in... No, I'm just kidding. It was cool, though, that they did that. I thought that was a nice cross-promotion. It's sort of like taking a piece out of Traxxas's book.
Yeah, they're outside the specifically RC area to advertise. Like Traxxas this week with the Motor Trend articles on the new Bronco.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. I saw that today too. What scale is it? It's one-th. It's like
one-th scale.
One-th scale.
Yeah. 1th to 1.0.
It's a full-size daily.
Yeah. Jeremy Burrs, thanks, sir. D90 or FJ40 as a high-end rock crawler. I don't know what platform or whatever, but it doesn't matter. I don't care what scale it is. The answer is never D90 and always FJ40 out of those two.
100%. That's a
the answer is, and for me even, obviously, I'm not a big Toyota. Do I have any Toyotas?
You might have something that looks like a Toyota.
Do I?
Maybe not.
I don't think so. But I think I would have almost exclusively Toyota over Land Rover at any point.
Are we talking about full size?
I don't care. All sizes. Again.
I see a lot of the new Defenders in my area.
Yeah, I've seen
I'm just
a handful
like,
too.
I'm so sad. Everything about it is wrong.
Every once in a while, like when you see concept cars, and they're kind of awesome.
Yeah.
And then the real one comes out and you're like,
Like the
Defender,
Chevy Volt. Same thing.
I don't even remember that one.
Doesn't
matter.
The
Defender, it actually looks like a bad concept car to me.
You know what it looks like? It looks like a watered down Land Rover Discovery. It's like they didn't... If you're going to do... And I know what they're doing. They're just capitalizing on the popularity of the more rugged Defender from like 30 years ago that you can't buy in any kind of reasonable good condition anymore. They're capitalizing on people who think that what that is going to do the same things. It's like, yeah, Camel Trophy, I know all about that. And then they just go to the mall. I'm sorry, and I hope
they're gonna
that I'm offending people.
There's points. Hopefully there's points at the top of the windshield in the front of so they can put the wires so they can drive around with wires going from their roof.
It's called a limb riser.
So, yeah, okay. and then I want them to have a massive CB antenna that goes from the very back bumper all the way to the front.
I saw a lifted one and it looked okay, but still, it's for all independent.
Yeah, it's any of them now. They really just all they're looking for is
nostalgia.
Yeah, they're just trying to be like.
But it's derivative.
You want something that looks like you want something that looks like an interesting SUV, but really you want a big car.
Yeah, you just want something that's going to ride really good on the highway, and if it gets a little bit like slippery, you can just turn the dial.
Yeah,
I ain't got no dial in my Jeep.
I got a lever.
Got a big lever.
It makes
clunk.
It makes crunchy noises.
Clunk. Clunk. Let's go, but not very quickly, and only on soft pack surfaces.
Don't try to turn too sharp. See what happens.
Yeah, it's like putting 20s on a Gladiator. Exactly, Wes. DK goes, can we all agree that just about anything's better than a Gladiator?
No. Nope, you cannot.
Well, depends.
Gladiators are amazing.
Yeah, but to the original question, FJ40 any day of the week.
All the days. Agreed. So, oh boy, Brian Sherwood, thank you, sir. In August, the ultimate mystery ships to you.
The
Is
ultimate
the
mystery.
outside of the box Flex sealed too?
You know what's awesome about this mystery is that I already know parts about it. Yes.
Well,
my mod chat is excellent.
Oh, Jesus. Interesting.
Before whining about nostalgia, look behind you. Now, okay, hold the phone. Because whilst Shippy is very nostalgic, and this is an old style Beetle, nothing about that design has changed since 1979. It's exactly the same car.
Yeah. Like, if you want, yeah.
If you want nostalgia, like if you
feel of nostalgia,
just go buy an old Defender. Go buy an old one.
Yeah. And then you realize how much it sucks.
And you realize what a terrible money pit you just bought.
Jaron Burst, thank you again, sir. I'm trying to figure out next year concourse rig. Will be a 10.3 since my mini version of my full size brought home first place in the daily driver category.
I saw that. Awesome. Congratulations, Mr. Burst.
Which one was it? I saw some of the.
It was a Jeep.
The daily driver category.
It was a Jeep.
I know. I'm trying to remember which one it was. I saw the posts from them about.
I'm going to say it was
descriptive. Thank you very much.
Blue.
Was it the blue one? I was thinking I remember a red one, but maybe
blue or silver.
I'll have to look that up. Good call. It's either the red or the blue or the silver one. Could have been white, maybe a dark. I'll have to look it up.
A light puce.
Bruised nipple.
It's very close to puce. Beep bop boop.
So yeah, that's now I'm interested though. Very interesting. Yeah, what did I do? Oh, last Friday night I built the Axial Rift kit.
Oh yeah, I've got one of those.
Yeah,
I built that. I built that live too. Here's mine.
It's weird. Ours look almost the same color.
No, they don't. Mine's Kentucky Sky.
Kind of in the areas.
Shut up! It's most areas. All the areas that matter. It's blue. You're a jerk. Yours isn't even done. Did you?
If I hold mine close to the wall, it looks the same. Yours is like next to blue.
Mine's it's the bubbly version. It's the bubbly version of blue.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's sort of blue. Yeah. Mine's done. I've actually driven it. How's yours doing?
Well,
still.
Thank you.
That was Friday, man. It's Wednesday.
That was Friday stuff. Yeah, I had a busy weekend though.
Did you?
We took the TRX-6.
Oh, right. I'm sorry. I forgot all about that.
What is likely its
final run.
Likely its final run.
Yeah.
So
not for the same reasons that mine did its final run. Or maybe it is. Who knows?
Yeah. So all the details will be in a video coming up. Filmed it all. But
styrene white.
Yeah. So I got a hold of Moose Jaw and Gunner, because Gunner from Satisfied Jerky is close to me, and texted him and said, "Hey, you want to go film this thing on Sunday?"
You might not know me very well, but I'm a very semi-famous YouTube personality.
Yeah.
Please hold my camera. This is how you shoot.
Please
Don't hold it like this.
I gave Moose Jaw since Moose Jaw was
chairbound,
mobile but not agile. I'll say that. You could tell he's still recovering. I gave him the camera with the zoom, and he almost always was standing like an extra 6 or 8 feet back.
With the zoom,
you
can get closer.
So, yeah, he was zoom. So, but what I thought was going to be a fast or a quick session ended up going from 9:30 in the morning until what time was it, Moose Jaw? Like 2 or so. it was a lot.
Well, you got to cool the electronics in between runs, and then got to sweep the road.
Yeah. I was hot lapping it. and also we had some issues.
Yeah.
There was some issues. The car was disassembled at points. So, there was a lot going on.
Oh man, I got all the way down here. I forgot to put a pinion on it. Nuts.
No, that did not happen.
Dave Zilla, who is Dave from Hobby Shop.
Did he eat it yet?
He hasn't said, but he did say, and we talked about this when I saw him in person today, that you need to try one more time, but you got to put some hoons on there.
I was thinking
because you're still getting the wobble, baby.
Yeah, and I think that he's very correct in that. I was thinking if I was gonna try and get it all back, or like to get it all ready to go again, that I would even I'd just go straight to foams.
Also a good choice.
I
had great success on the foams. I didn't go as fast as you with my Axial, but that was a great tire choice. I was very pleased with that.
And I would get some of those, like the foams that those guys run in place of the hoons on the infractions and things like that.
What's the Limitless? He was saying Limitless. That he's gotten to sort of, with his Limitless, he's gotten to the threshold of not being able to go any faster because the wheels are exposed. So he's switching out the body to cover them up.
He's going. What I know he's doing the kind of crazy stuff. He's got the
he's getting up there.
What's he doing? How fast is he doing? Tell him to post.
Yeah, hopefully he's watching. I don't have to tell him.
Oh yeah,
tell him to post. Perry G, thanks for the $2. Got my stickers today. No glitter bomb inside, and then the emoji with just the straight mouth.
Yeah, like he wanted to pick up.
Yeah, I wish there was a glitter bomb. Also, Vigio, I think he got his today too. Dave Zilla said 210 kilometers per hour so far.
210 kilometers, 100.
That's
like 130?
140.
Wait, he said 200 and what?
210.
Divided by. Oh wow.
What is that?
Fast.
Just I don't have my calculator in front of me. Just tell me what it is, ding dong.
I didn't do an exact. It's like.
It's up there though. It's like 130. Isn't it?
That's what. Yeah, 210 divided by
1.6, 1.3.
Yeah,
1.6.
126. Is that right?
That sounds about right. That's pretty fast. It's pretty fast.
That is crazy. I didn't know that would be near the limit of having it exposed. Well, I was totally unaware of that.
I think he's thinking that it might be on white hoons. He did it on the white ones.
Oh, and that's on regular hoons too.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. It's pretty good.
See, yeah.
Pretty.
I'm so foreign to actual speed.
Yeah,
I'm just the fastest car I own is a 6x6 solid axle,
which is pretty funny.
Yeah, it's ridiculous, and
it is ridiculous.
Gunner had his X-Max out there, and he also had an infraction, and he was ripping the infraction down the street. It started to spin, and he hit a sandbag that was in the gutter, and wide open cut the sandbag and just launched this infraction. I don't know if he bent the front of the chassis down. It really seemed like it. Moose Jaw was the first on the scene. It's pretty good though.
Wow.
So yeah,
that's pretty amazing. Was it? It was still, it held together.
I mean, it needed repairs. It was drivable, but not
quickly anymore.
Yeah. So
right, that's pretty scary.
I do have an Arma. I have an infraction, but it's not running right now. Well,
Yeah,
it is running, but it needs tires.
You still haven't replaced the tires off that thing that, how long have you had that now?
Since the day it came out.
So like 2-ish years?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I even bought replacement tires for it, but then I used them to do burnouts in a Kyosho. And the tires are still on the Kyosho. I could just go get them.
Just go get them. Take them off the Kyosho.
I probably need to
you're gonna let go
do
of the
something
Kyosho,
with that Kyosho.
I'm gonna take it for a rip, I think, this weekend. And then
I'm pretty sure that mine will not start again.
Well, that's the thing. I'm gonna see if I can get it to start. If it starts, out the door.
You know what I should do? That should be on a Friday night. I should just get that motor and see if I can take it apart. See what that motor looks like inside.
See how many bits of metal are left.
Yeah, it stopped when it was ready. It was like, I'm done now. That was enough. I'm tired.
Yeah, I think I was able to keep mine together. Oh, Gunnar said he bent it back. It's fine. It's fine. Oh, everything's fine here.
Fixed. Oh no, I didn't see your last super Jeremy. I do see it now though. His was the black 2-door. Slushious.
Lucius.
I don't know what that means.
Lucius.
But Lucius. Wasn't that the guy from Hustle and Flow? So
anyway, I'll be very excited to see your video of that thing going fast. I'm very excited.
It edited, but I'm going to wait, and then until you're ready for your to post your video.
I'm going to wrap that up this weekend. I'll shoot mine.
Oh wow.
Maybe. I'm off as of now, so maybe I'll do that on Thursday or Friday. Friday.
You don't need to rush. I haven't edited mine.
Well, I mean, I've got a giveaway that's actually just we're in the last 27 hours. So nice. Link in the description.
Exciting.
If you have not entered that yet, you can win a Traxxas TRX4.
I haven't got another status update on the body for mine yet though, but I assume that it's getting close.
Okay. I think Gunnar wants to know if you're familiar with Traxxas receivers.
No.
Is that a joke?
Yeah. He asked all of us there. He's like, "Do you guys know how to bind a Traxxas receiver?" I was like, "Nope."
I don't either.
Bouchard works at a hobby shop. He goes, "I go to YouTube."
Yeah.
Alrighty then. Well,
I think it's a series of, you have to do like a series of button presses and clicks and turning the wheel. Like that's how you set the endpoints.
Oh.
So maybe it's something like that. Yeah. Hey, let's, you got anything for mail call?
I do have some things. I do.
Well, my neck is so, so many. Yeah, go ahead. I got hair all over my neck. Very itchy.
Let's see.
Oh crap. I forgot some of the thing. Okay. You get your stuff. Yes, Balding. I did get a haircut. My first haircut, legal haircut.
So the first thing I've got here is I got the new Pro Scale Traxxas light set.
Oh, cool. I got a couple of those.
For the Bronco.
You got the Bronco one?
I got the new Bronco specific. What?
I'm gonna have to make a phone. I'm gonna have to make a phone call.
Oh, the sport one's cute though too.
I want the Bronco one.
Which I believe is gonna have like those the fancy lights.
It's already got the lights in the truck.
Well, but it's gonna have the chip that's made specifically for it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's gonna have. No, there's more tape. I didn't see that.
I think you actually.
Oh. You'd be wrong.
Hi, Tony.
So
yours looks so much smaller than Josh's.
Look at those.
Oh, cool. Halos, baby.
Pretty wild style.
Yeah, dude. So it all comes in one box, because with the other one, with this Pro Scale one, you get all the gear. You still need to buy the lighting kit.
So yeah, no, this all, well, I do have this one.
Yes, yeah,
which is a few more little pieces.
Yes.
I don't know which one it's for though.
That's
or
great.
Where else they go, but
exciting.
Yeah, we'll get that added to the TRX 4000. I got a.
Did you see the poll today that Wes put up?
I did. That was such an obvious one. Video set me up for failure on that.
Yeah, well, it's like everything, right? Like Joe sets you up for failure.
Right.
The
exactly.
questions.
2S lipo for the since.
You didn't have any 2S lipos, and somebody was paying attention and sent you a battery. Unbelievable! Yeah. I went out and bought mine.
Listen, the drag slash is it's fun on 3S. So I'm like, I'll drive it on 3. I'm not racing. I'm going to go fast on 3S. And then they're like, we'll send you a 2S. I'm like, oh, that's fine. I don't need it. I'm just saying. But
well, for the sake of doing it right, you should run it on 2S.
I know.
Perry G said, we'll just say Matt's hands are bigger. When I was holding up the package. Oh, what's that?
This is a 16-foot special USB-C cable.
What is that for? Oh no.
I know.
You're not doing that again, are you?
No, this isn't that. This is the Oculus.
Oh, you are such a nerd. I can't even.
Know.
I had I had that. I borrowed it from work and I was like, this is dumb. I am not using this.
It's so good. It's so fun.
I had fun with it for about 10 minutes and I was like, well, okay, that's it, I guess.
This is it's the Quest 2, which is way more affordable. It's good. And and then also, Gunner gave me a shirt on Saturday.
What's your say on the back? Did you look at the back?
Oh, what do you know? I only put the hottest meat in my mouth.
Yeah, I got the same shirt, but it has my logo on it. The jokes. The Oculus is
it's such a clean logo.
I know, he did a pretty good job on mine too, without having asked me for it. Robbie Bobster says, who is this magical Traxxas fairy godmother, and how do I get one? I don't know. She just showed up one day. Stop for a second. The Oculus is the fastest way to motion sickness. And then Tony from CCXRC said, what button on the Oculus does he have to push to have his mom come pick him up after the game is done? What a nerd.
Yeah, the nerd calling someone a nerd. That's what Chip said.
Finally.
Talk Matt into getting one. Live gaming stream. Yes.
No, it's not happening. So, speaking of no, we had our photo shoot yesterday for the office because we're all getting new headshots done because we promoted a bunch of people and, for the website.
So you can update your LinkedIn bio?
Yeah, sure. And I go,
Act
man,
like you're not going to.
I'm not going to. Mine's already fine, just as it is. I was like, there's no way we could reschedule this. Like, I'm getting my haircut tomorrow. And they're like, no. We already paid for the photographer. I was like, all right. So I show up and I have a hat on, obviously. And he goes, all right, okay, cool. So we'll do a few with the hat and then we'll do a few without the hat. And I was like, nope.
Nope.
He goes, no? I said, no, that's not happening. Okay. And I was like, click, 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 click. I guess we're done. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
I did the Sears pose where I'm pointing at things.
Uh-huh. Did you do the thinker? Where does Matt work?
I work.
I should badly describe where you work.
Oh, let's do it. Yeah. I'll tell people where you work in a second too.
Matt works in a cooperative where nobody actually has their own desk, and they try and make video clips look better.
Okay, that's pretty good. Josh sits in front of a desk and gets ridiculed by 5 other men. And then he goes home. That's it.
That's it. That's all. There's nothing else.
Occasionally, he responds to an instant message.
Matt edits videos for Brazier. I think that's not exactly what you meant, Jesse, but I think I would get it.
Brazier. Oh, so hey, those ads with the models, I think those are coming out. I think they came out today.
Oh. See, we were talking about Brazier meaning something else, and then you're talking about models, and I'm like, what did you edit?
The models that
you went
Josh,
back to nerd.
Josh, the models, the models, Josh. Gotcha.
Last thing on mail call, which Matt got a box as well.
Oh, I got a whole ton of stuff still.
I did not yet. This is Matt and I each got an email from somebody who over the last, what do you say, year,
68 weeks.
Yeah. Is from the US, but has been working or like
somewhere overseas, stuck somewhere overseas.
Where either way. But wrote us both real nice emails.
Yep. Lovely guy.
Saying that appreciated the content. You wanted to send us some things if we would accept, which gladly. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
And like he sent us like 3 tracking numbers each. And the first one showed up 2 days ago for me, and it's 2 like
big ass max amps batteries.
Yeah, like 2 6,500 milliamp 3S packs.
Yeah, like these are no joke. These are quality batteries here.
Yeah. With EC5s. I haven't taken it out of the box.
I got a different color.
Oh, that is weird.
Yeah, I think they're custom colors. But yeah, they're EC5s, and they are monster batteries. So you know what? I didn't ask him when I last corresponded with him if he wanted to be like put out there and everyone gets to know what his name is and everything. So we'll have a conversation with him and see if that's like something he's into, because he's got Instagram and he's got, you know, the social medias and stuff. And it was really nice to get you know, like an email from someone like that who's like, honestly, it sounds like we're one of his main sources of entertainment, which I am so sorry.
Yeah,
I'm so sorry that this is what you get. We're better than that.
He had mentioned that he was going to donate during the live feeds, but the country he is currently in, it is blocked.
Yeah, you can't do it from there.
So
this was the next best thing that he could do. And I mean, he's been really super cool, and he's like, don't worry, I'm going to pay all the duties and taxes and everything. And I was like, okay, but you don't have to do that. And I'm happy to absorb some of the cost here. It's very generous what you're doing, and thank you very much. I'm pretty sure that what he wants to hopefully have us do is some sort of little mini challenge or something once everything arrives.
And I think that our idea of our mini mayhem, like we've been talking about with the drag cars, I think that'd be an easy thing for us to do on a number of these things like that.
Yeah, 100%. Not an issue at all. One of the things he did show up already. I mean, aside from the batteries. But the thing is, this thing doesn't work with these batteries. So
yeah,
what else could it be?
No.
But what the first thing that showed up was the new Kyosho Mad Van. which is awesome. Which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Right? I hadn't seen this up close yet, and I was like, this thing is pretty legit.
Yeah. Quick, Mirror Mac has just said the title of this video is clickbait with neither of you going to Badlands. That is true, but that's why we're going to bring on Rich.
We're going to bring Rich on here
in the next 15 minutes or so.
5 or so minutes, maybe. Yeah.
Somewhere in that range.
Yeah.
Because he was there.
He was there. He's going to give us the rundown. This is not clickbait in that regard.
Exactly.
It would be clickbait if we were just showing a video of other people at AxialFest.
Yeah. We could just go through the website and talk about the picture. We talk about the pictures that they put on the website.
Look at this thing. This is great.
Oh, wow, that's actually a really good looking body.
We need a lot more vans in our life. I think that's
what
it comes down to. Now, if you guys are into ASMR,
you would be the worst ASMR video guy. You're not peeling it right.
Look at this. Look at that. Am I right or am I right? Like, that's a great looking body.
Kyosho has been doing such a good job with bodies in the last however many years. Like,
yeah.
All of the phaser platforms and the bodies that they put on that, it's just, they've done such a good job with so many of them.
Yeah, it's a good looking body. It's got a nice metallic flake red, the white stickers on it. It's cool, man. The wheelie bar cutout is unfortunate, yes, but wheelie bar.
Racing. Just speaking of Badlands, he was saying, just turn on a garden hose inside your rooms and we can all share the experience.
Lots of nice little details on this that are going to get smashed right off on the first run.
Oh, I know. Like how nice those mirrors are.
Good. Bye. See you later, mirrors. But it's slick, man. This was very, very cool. And I'm looking forward to running that one and having some fun with it for sure. So thank you, Mystery Man.
Yes, we will swing back around on this topic.
Totally.
I think, by next week.
Yeah.
Because I'm checking all the tracking numbers. Should all.
Yeah. And then
oh yes, you got the new Traxxas Factory 5
4Tech pickup truck. Look at this. It's got lights, comes with the LEDs.
And I'm told that it's actually a little bigger than the Corvette.
No, it's remarkably smaller.
Okay. That's what I had thought it was. Okay. Either way.
Oh, it's too many things in the game. Corvette's bigger. But great looking body. Nice decals. Yep. One thing that I noticed right away is that the shocks are way super small on this guy.
Really?
Yeah, way smaller than the ones.
Is it like a totally different platform?
No, it's a 4Tech. It's a 4Tech 3.0.
Is it a 4Tech? It's a 3.0.
Mm-hmm.
But it has different shocks than the Corvette.
Yeah, totally different ones.
In diameter and everything?
Yeah. The Corvette's got the big bores on there.
Yeah. I'm just surprised that they're different.
I shall come hither. This body, come hither.
One in the front, one in the back on that one.
Thank you. So there's the big old touring car shocks on that one.
Uh-huh.
And then on the little guy here, hang on. It's also it's clips in the back, come hither and not come hither in the front. It's like it locks into place. It's like on the Haas or X-Max or whatever. It's got
it's got like a
tabby tab. But there's the little shocks on this one.
Wild. Those are like the 1/18th scale stuff.
Yeah. Otherwise, it's exactly the same.
Well, I wonder if it's for a clearance issue or something like that.
I think it's probably, it's partially clearance and travel, and because those fenders are right on top, right? Otherwise, it's exactly the same. Which one's which? I don't know.
Yeah, right.
But I think I might do a little fun little nighttime video because it's got that nice shiny body. You get some nice bokeh in the background, wet down the pavement, all that stuff.
And so, yeah, I mean, it is a cool little truck.
Yeah. And finally,
build a camp. Yep.
Picked up a.
You got another Gatekeeper kit?
Yeah, I picked up a Gatekeeper kit today.
Interesting.
Yeah, because I'm doing.
Oh wait, you got the RTR first.
Correct.
So you hadn't built the kit yet.
No, I want to build a kit.
Okay.
For the shocks. That's it. No,
yeah.
I'm gonna put IFS on it. And I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take a hard body Bronco. Just calm down. Taking a hard body Bronco, I'm gonna narrow it and make Lauren Healy's truck.
Gotcha. That is something. Lauren Healy and Vaughn Gitten's new truck by Triton Engineering is amazing.
Both and are actually IFS, unlike the first ones that they ran at King of Hammers.
Portal and IFS.
Yes.
Now, wait. No, they were all IFS at King of the Hammers.
Were they?
Yes. Yes.
You sure?
Yes.
Because okay.
Let's see. There was 3 of them at King of the Hammers. First one was Vaughn Gitten's, and his was Brocky, which was built by Jimmy's. Then there was Lawrence, and his was, it's not the Red Dragon, it's the other one, but also built by Jimmy's.
I swear they were
Jason
solid front axle.
Was the third one. I think his was built by Trout, or Trout or Fish. It's one of the two. And
Salmon.
Also IFS.
Huh. Okay.
Jerry Burr says all 3 were IRS. That's not correct. All 3 were solid rear axle. But
I thought one of them. I thought at least.
RC. Thank you very much, sir.
Doesn't matter. I'm wrong.
No. But these new ones by Triton are IFS and Portal.
Yeah, that's gonna be cool.
With solid axle, standard straight solid axle rear.
Cool.
Very cool.
Very cool, dude.
Similar in the front to Jordan Pellegrino's previous one, which was built by Triton.
That was a good car.
Triton Engineering as well.
It looked great. It's too bad it broke.
Yeah, it's broke a few times. Although today I think he debuted like the 3.0 update to it. I haven't watched that yet, but
check that out.
So yeah.
But yes, that's the plan. Oh, Craig Thompson said he had a customer that's already started that build and is really close to being done. Cool. Well, I can't wait to also have one. I'm looking forward to narrowing a hard body. It's always fun. Sectioning it right down the middle.
Yeah, that'll look good. That'll be a cool build. I'll look forward to watching that one.
I'm gonna nail it. I'm gonna knock it out in a couple of days because I got other stuff going on. All right. My camera. Whoa.
What?
I just got super dark all of a sudden. Uh-oh. What's happening?
Did you have camera issues?
Looks like my camera just took a good poop.
Well, that's interesting.
Yeah.
You're still working over here, of course, because you're on a $19 webcam, which is fine. See, if we were doing this in virtual reality, you would still.
There we go. Okay, everything's fine now. We're fine again. Hello.
Did you turn it off and back on again?
I don't know. It's weird. It's now Darkroom Live. Quack RC, thanks for the 99 cents. Much appreciated. Yeah, that's it. I got a Holmes. I got the new Holmes ESC. Did I have that last week?
No.
Okay, that came in.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
So, what was I just going to say about? Oh, you did Lightroom Live yesterday, which I did not catch. How did revisiting that go?
Well,
you've been having some great live streams on that same time slot.
Yes.
The last couple of weeks.
Thank you.
Upwards of 300 people.
Yes, numbers were definitely lower on Lightroom Live. I think they were. Yeah. Oh, by a substantial margin. But I think it's. I don't really do that for the views. I don't.
No, I know, but the reason I had asked is because your Lightroom Live was very similar to my STL Sunday.
Yes.
We both really enjoyed doing those, and that was more the reason we were doing it. I did mine for like 30 some weeks
Yes.
to try and see if it would actually gain any momentum, and it just never did.
Right.
And honestly, it's like some of it, if we're already doing so much, anything that we do, we need to make sure is being worthwhile. So my hopeful thought was that you've got you've built nice momentum during that show, and that Lightroom Live then was just going to come in and carry it. Then you go back to the other, but it didn't.
It didn't.
So
no, it didn't really. But you know what? I wasn't really anticipating the same kind of numbers. I was hopeful as well, but a little more realistic in my goals for that show is just to kind of keep it going and have something a little bit different every fourth week. And I love doing it, and people are still submitting photos almost daily, so there's a ton of pictures to get through. So I've got a lot of material. But doing it once a month, and some people are agreeing here that once a month is the perfect amount, because to do that every week is really taxing on me, because it's a lot of effort to do that.
That's with a lot of, the Fusion 360 one,
tons of effort
was the
too.
Same way.
Yeah,
it's not, it's the effort during the live stream, in which granted, this one is one of the most fun because it's just a conversation.
Yes, this is super.
There
easy.
isn't any after before the fact work that has to go into it. Sometimes it's even, you and I talk fairly often, during the day.
Yep.
Unless I'm just, either of us are stupid busy. So sometimes if we don't talk, it's even more because neither of us know what's going on. But
yeah, exactly.
But with like Lightroom Live or STL Sunday, it was like you had to get some prep work done before, and then you do the show, and then afterwards you end up with a bunch more work still. You've got to get things prepped,
right?
And for you,
email them out.
For me, yeah. I would.
It's a lot of effort.
And upload everything, and
well, make sure your files are good, not crummy.
It's
definitely some more work, and I think because this hobby is already so niche, that Lightroom Live, like editing photos of tiny trucks, is only going to attract a certain genre of people, and I'm fine with that. I get it. The numbers are fine. I love the alternatives, though. I love building a kit live. I think that is a blast. I understand why you do it on Fridays. You are definitely frozen. You were frozen. No, you're fine now.
Right. No, I was listening to you. I was watching my frames because I was dropping frames. So I was just listening to you.
Okay. All right. But I think there's something really interactive about the kit building that you can't really match with anything else.
No, it usually it obviously relates to the most people for what we're doing, because we're just doing exactly what we're all doing.
We've all done that.
To do.
Yeah.
Or it's one that we're interested in, or have, possibly want to see what the build experience is, whatever it is,
Right.
So it's one of those things.
It's one of those things. And it's something that I kind of, after I started and went, okay, I'm not really getting the views that I thought I would from this. But Gunnar had a good idea. He said, maybe you should just get some of those models to correct their photos. Numbers would go way up.
They might. They really.
If I just start mixing in some bikini models, or they could. How did that get in there? Maybe if they were holding an RC.
You know what? Now you're really talking about things where the number of instances really dwindle. You're talking about people who like RC, and then people who are interested in getting photos edited of their, like that.
And then ladies,
and then they're into RC. They're holding an RC.
Flying cars too.
Flying cars too.
Perry G, thanks for the $5. The IFS discussion made me curious. If either of you built a custom IFS crawler, what would you build? Well, I'm doing the Bronco, the narrowed Bronco King of Hammers IFS truck, so that's what I would do.
I mean, I always like the most, the progression of anything, and the new Triton rigs for Healy and Von Gittin are kind of they're the most current, the most newly released. So it's like it's hard not to say that. But if that's not an option because Matt chose that, then I would say, well, like just just to try and in the sake of making it somewhat interesting still. If I like have a soft spot for any IFS rig, it would probably be something like even Lauren Healy's original IFS, the Red Dragon, which is now owned by Cody Addington, who lives not far from here. He's just like 45 minutes from me. That's an amazing, bare bones, simplistic, single seat, gnarly IFS. It was one of the first like nice ground up, built, designed IFS rigs in U4. It wasn't the first. The Campbells had been running them for a while, but it was one that was, it had really, and it just dominated for a while. So that one's always been a little bit of a soft spot. So I think that one might be one that I would do.
There you go.
But
hey, before it gets too late, let's get
let's get Rich on.
Let's get Rich on. You gonna call
for
him up there?
Yeah.
For our actual AxialFest debrief.
Adding. We'll see if he answers. He's been, he's been around listening to us this whole time.
Probably sleeping.
Normally he would have just stopped in and then.
Oh, I heard him.
Left us.
Is it working?
There you go.
I see you. There's 1 second. Somebody. Let's get you in here. Hang on. Oh boy.
I've got to resize this one. Hold please while we both.
We're getting you.
Yeah, I have to.
Oh, oh boy, he's got the
portrait mode. Is that
what are you doing? Turn your camera.
Oh, did it do it?
Yeah, turn it. There.
How about
that? That's your wall.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Okay, perfect. Turn it around. No, no. That's terrible. Turn it around the other way. You're all stretched out weird.
Really?
Yeah.
Because I'm on my phone.
Turn it around.
I'm on my phone because my laptop was dying.
I know, you're going to turn it around.
Wait a second.
Why is it turn it around?
Because otherwise in portrait mode you look... No, it's still...
How about that?
Looks fine to me. It's just you, Matt. You're having difficulty.
No.
Reset. It works fine for me.
It's ridiculous.
It's not you, Rich. It's Matt.
It's not me.
It is. I'm telling you. But Rich does have his new 86 behind him.
Yep. My new toy.
Have you put any miles on it yet? Right-hand drive. Even.
Yeah, RHD. Yeah, that's crazy, man.
I literally this morning, when I got it this afternoon, I drove from the truck, had my wife and son drop in. We took it for a spin around the block, and it's in the garage, back to work.
So cool.
Yeah. When did you get back from Badlands?
I got back on Sunday evening. Actually, Sunday afternoon. So, man, my internet's pretty bad. Are you guys?
No, you're good.
See me? I'm okay.
Yeah.
You're good.
All right. Sorry about that.
So, how long were you out at AxialFest? I know I messaged you on the day that I heard about the AKA acquisition.
Right.
Just to see if I could personally lay some blame on you. I know that didn't work out.
Yeah, I think that was on Monday, and that was when I actually flew out there. Paul Wilhite was supposed to fly with me, and unfortunately, he was 3 minutes late to checking in his luggage, and they refused to let him board the plane.
Really?
Yeah. So he ended up
not 45 minutes early, huh?
Yeah, he ended up having to take a later flight. I don't know what time it was, but he has to drive pretty far. He drives from out by the Proline area, and that's like a 45-minute drive without traffic. So I'm thinking unexpected traffic, whatever it was, he missed it by 4 minutes, and they just would not let him check his bag.
Why is he even checking a bag?
Well, he had his RC stuff that he brought with him, so.
Oh, poor planning, Paul. We have to.
Yeah, he got stuck, and then he got put on a later flight. Went into Dallas. Then there was like all kinds of weather warnings. They were going to delay the flight there. He ended up getting into Indianapolis at, I think it was 11:30 at night, and Badlands is about an hour and 20-minute drive. So I had to drive to the airport to pick him up and then drive back and get back like at 2 a.m, I think is what it was, before we finally got into the room.
Granted, that's only midnight California time.
Yeah, that's why it wasn't bad. The guys are like, are you sure? Dude, that's late. I'm like, dude, it's like 9 o'clock right now for me. It's no big deal.
Yeah, I'm ready to go. Let's do this. Let's party.
Yeah. So, Tuesday was our first day of setup. So.
Gotcha. So you were there, several days early. When did the rain start?
That was, I think it was Wednesday night we got some rain, and then Thursday was the rain. That was the good rain. Now, I'll tell you what, I'm freaking spoiled. I've got a nice little room where I was able to go into and escape from the rain. So like once we were done, we had finished check-in, we had finished the tech, sales were closed, everybody was still out there playing. Downpour happens, I'm like, later. I get in my rental car, drive back to the front. I'm in the office watching TV. Meanwhile, everybody's out there in the rain, and I'm like, no, thank you. So, but
I'm from dry climate.
Yeah, I was like, what's with this? This is rain. Holy crap! You know, it was funny. It was Saturday night. We made it to all the presentation, the final, everything done, and we kind of rushed it because we knew there was a big storm coming in. So we literally get everything done. We drive back to the house. Everybody's packing up. And it's not really a house. It was an old store that they converted to a living quarters now. And they moved the store to the back of the property. And dude, the Badlands is amazing. So they sell all those razor type scooter type things.
Right.
Or the razors, not scooters, the razors.
Side by side.
I know.
It's a side by side.
Razor scooters there?
Yeah, I know.
They've got the 3-wheeled ATVs there, guys.
I had something else in my mind. Anyways, they had the razors and the side-by-sides and all that stuff, and they sell all that stuff there. So they converted their old sales shop into a place to stay. So it's got a nice kitchen, a living room, TV, rooms with showers. They're bunk beds, so there's like 4 beds in each room, that type of stuff.
Cool.
Was there any good snorers going on?
Who are you bunking with? Who was top bunk?
Oh, man.
Always happens.
I was rooming with Brad Brucker, Paul Wilhite, and Robert. I don't remember what Robert's last name from Proline. He shoots the video.
Oh yeah, Robert. Yeah.
So the first couple of days wasn't too bad. I took like half a sleeping pill. By the third day, I was full sleeping pill and a Benadryl. and on Saturday night,
first sleep.
Yeah, and Saturday night, I love Paul. But man, I wanted to kill that dude. I was up at 4 a.m. and was over it because I couldn't take it anymore.
So I take it then that bedroll was not big enough for 2.
No, it was tough, but you know it is one of those. I mean, we busted our ass. I mean, we were up every day early, and then we were out there till we didn't have dinner till 11 o'clock at night. But what I was going to say is on Saturday, so we finished up. I can see the storms coming in. I'm watching my radar, and Andy is doing the presentation, the trophies. I'm like, dude, hurry up. It's coming, man. It's coming.
Wrap it up.
So, yeah, so we get it all wrapped up. We pack everything up. We take off. We get to the front property, and it starts pouring. And I'm like, holy crap, I got to share this with my wife. So I get her on FaceTime and this and that. Everybody's driving in that lives in the area, and they're like, what are you doing? I'm like, I don't get rain like this. So like, what's the big deal? I'm like, holy cow.
A good Midwest storm for people not from the Midwest, like
it's pretty intense.
Midwest or the Southeast, like the West Coast people do not understand rain. They think rain is like what we get out here.
What is it? Is it a light misting? Like
Right.
it's just like a humid day.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah. Yeah,
like
we
there's
get a
people
little
out here that just use Rain-X. Like
Yeah.
you
We get a little
really
spritzer
need
and
wipers
it's like
if you're driving more than 30.
yeah,
So-
we get a little spritzer and it's like Stormwatch 2021 and it's like
mm,
we're such big babies.
Jeremy Burris, Rich, he is saying, what happened to the sneak peek rig at AxialFest? Was there a teaser of a rig that was supposed to be sneaked at Badlands?
Yeah, so there was supposed to be one. And I know Andy and Paul talked about it in the Axial Live type stuff.
Yeah.
But as everybody knows, with COVID and all that stuff, production delays have killed us. And we could not tease anything because of the timeline for the announcements, the timeline it ships, all that type of stuff.
Yep.
We couldn't do it. So it sucked because we were all excited about doing it. And it just came down to it's just not possible. So,
Yeah.
well, that's unfortunate.
Yeah. I did not hear that there was supposed to be a teaser, or I did not hear that there was a teaser that there was going to be a sneak peek.
Well,
so,
you know, little known fact, Josh, they don't tell you everything. They don't tell you everything.
I'm usually well researched.
You're a pretty big deal, but you're not always that big of a deal. Okay, guys, we got a special new release. Nobody knows about it yet, but let's tell Josh.
You think I don't already know?
I know you already know.
Do we?
Yeah,
Do we?
We were bummed because
Do we?
Do we?
Do we?
Yeah.
Do we though?
We were bummed. We wanted to tease it and show, but yeah, we weren't allowed to. So that's the way it goes.
That is a bummer because it's always exciting when those days are coming. You get to see some reward for what you've been working on.
Yeah.
You know, half the time by the time you're ready to do a sneak peek, you're like we're sneak peek like oh yeah, no one else has seen this. Like
I've only been
we've
working on it for
this
60 years.
Like or a year, and you're like, oh yeah, like nobody's seen this yet. I forgot.
I mean, that UMG 12 by
so
12 is going to be amazing when it comes out.
You know what? I heard it's going to go 74 out of the box.
Oh my God. You guys are what a nightmare that would be.
Fastest multi-axle vehicle ever.
We can call it monthly mayhem. Monthly. Ozzy RC Girl, thanks for the $1.49 reduce.
But I'll tell you what. So the event actually was really good, I thought. I mean, I know we had the rain. I'll tell you what, everybody out there was a trooper. They were out there. Look, I'm going to be dead honest.
Because out there, Rich, it rains. They weren't troopers. They were just
crazy.
That was just a day.
Dude, but I know, you know what? I'm so used to it's too hot. It's too windy. We got to climb too much. It's dusty. It's whatever. And dude, it's like mud bog city. It's pouring rain and everybody's out there, and just having a good old time. Like, wow.
Now
that's great.
Yeah, California people not as hardy.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
I will say there is, in some ways, I have assimilated. Like, I don't really love being all wet. Like, I like this weather.
I'm not a big fan of getting a soaker.
This weather actually sucks. But
I've been to K&K a number of times, and it's rained there every single time I've been. And
it rained the time I was there.
Fat rains, like not just like a rain that you might be familiar with out there, but big ass rains. So kind of like, yep, things are gonna get soaked today. The kids are gonna drink mud. Exactly. Just gonna happen. How was the crowd? Was it a good turnout, Rich?
Yeah, it was. I think the numbers, I don't know the exact numbers, but I want to say we were close to 500 around there.
That's pretty good.
Considering the time frame, how quickly it had to go together.
Yeah.
Because of all the unknowns, I was pleased with it. It seemed like everybody was pretty happy. I mean, the thing we have to work on is the check-in process.
Mm-hmm.
Once you got through signing the liability waivers, then it went smooth. But prior to that, at the Badlands, you have to sign a waiver, get a wristband, show your ID, They confirm everything, and they don't mess around with that stuff on that property.
Right, and that's for the actual Badlands Park. Like that's
right,
their
because
process.
there is
Right.
like, because they are an off-road park. Just like when you go off-roading, you got to have a liability waiver and make sure that they're indemnified from any misgivings or wrongdoings or goings on.
Yeah, so that backed up a little bit there because they had to do that, and then they had to, I ran part of for a while there the other liability form for Horizon.
Is there no online ability? Like, you guys don't?
Supposedly there was, but I don't know what the deal was and why we had to do it in person. And so we just had everybody sign them right there. I mean, once they got through me, it was super quick because they just filled out the information, they walked off, went to check in, went through the process, and then that was pretty smooth. But nobody really complained about it. I mean, I'm sure somebody will, but it went pretty smooth. That was the only hiccup I personally thought as far as the check-in process. But the way the facilities are set up, it's pretty rad because, you have the tent, the camping area. They have their own thing run by Badlands, so you went and checked in there.
Camping?
Camping. Yeah, imagine that.
Amazing.
How novel.
Yeah. Dude, don't get me started on that. But yeah, I mean, it's like, God, I wish we could have a place like the Badlands on the West Coast like that. I know everybody's gonna start throwing out my local campground. Trust me, guys, we've looked at like 300 in California alone.
Have you looked at Cisco Grove?
It's not
too far away.
That's just down the hill.
Wants to go to Cisco Grove? Is it? I don't know. I haven't heard that yet.
The rocks. There's some nice rocks there.
We should go to Cisco.
Well, you heard it here first.
All right. Well, hey, I'll check into it, see if it's available.
We expect a small percentage.
Couldn't Horizon just acquire it? Maybe
it is for sale again.
It's for sale again, I think.
Is it really? Oh, all I know is that it's burned down, and then it was changing hands, and then there was issues with other people. Like we tried again. We tried to do it, but again, it just didn't work out.
That's a bummer.
It just wasn't going to fit. We trust me, everybody watching. We would love to be back at Cisco Grove. We can't.
Yeah.
That's
not. Oh, exactly.
That's too bad.
I know. I get it. But and then you add the bump in the road with no camping at Donner. That's another thing. We just ran out of time, and it's just not. It's just unknown how it was going to work out. So we had to do that. So,
speaking of the new suspected rig from Axial, someone is saying that it's already on Tower Hobby.
Yes.
Really? Wow. That doesn't surprise me.
That's shock of exactly. They're like, you're probably not joking, face. Like,
that's brutal.
But I'm not going to say anything myself.
I'm going to go look it up right now.
Oh, that would suck.
Yeah. Paul Steele, I'm not ignoring your question. I will get to that for sure. I hope that it looked like the crowd was pretty decent out there, and people, like you said, in the Midwest, they'll handle going, driving toy trucks in the mud.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
So
we had a wedding too. We had a couple.
I saw that. That's pretty crazy.
Yeah, Andy's ordained, and they actually asked about it last year when that closing ceremony was, and asked Andy, "Hey, would it be cool if we got married next year at AxialFest?" Yeah, let's do it.
Why not?
That was pretty cool. And the crowd was cool about it.
You said Andy was as an ordained minister, or he had the certificate from the same place that Josh got his?
Right. Yeah, so he could legally do it.
The snake handler religion.
Hey, I have some sort of card in my wallet. So
yeah, it was that was pretty cool. That was a cool thing.
Yeah,
and then the other thing that was really cool was Operation Charlie 11. Have you guys aware of that?
Yeah, we both
we had the Strike Force body, right?
Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
Cool. We both did their podcast or their live stream.
Yeah, they do a live stream kind of like we do.
Yeah, so that was cool too. They had a bunch of inductees that they did there, and it was cool to talk to those guys and see what they're doing for the veterans suffering PTSD and that type of stuff.
Yep.
And that was really cool because, you know, you could see how much they appreciated it, and you could see what kind of camaraderie they had there. And it was also cool for the new guys that were coming in to get a taste of what our hobby's all about, and get their minds off stuff and just get out there and play with the cars. And, you know, they kept coming. You know, Horizon had a little setup there to sell replacement parts and vehicles and stuff like that. And it was cool watching those guys come over, ask us questions, and just kind of soak it in. But it was really cool. Those guys got to get out there and drive around. So
that was fantastic.
That was awesome.
That's really good. Awesome. Glad to hear that.
Yeah, and we gave away a Gladiator that was customized with Proline stuff on it, and we gave Josh's favorite military body away as well. We gave one of those, that new whatever it's called, the
Lloyd
Strike Force.
Strike Force.
Lloyd 2.0.
Yeah.
The Floyd.
We gave a strike. We gave one of those away, and we did the what do you call it, raffle tickets, and we raised $2,600 for Operation Charlie.
Wow, that's amazing. That's so great.
Nice.
That's really good.
Yeah, so that was awesome.
That's very cool.
So we appreciate everybody that kicked in the money and bought a bunch of tickets.
That's
to try
amazing.
And win those two prizes.
That's cool.
Yeah,
that's very cool.
No, that is. I saw some of the photos of that beforehand and got to see. I saw some people. They
who painted that one up?
Photos when they came.
I don't know. Somebody from Proline.
Oh yeah.
I'm not too sure who did it, but the Gladiator was stock, but the that Strike Force body, somebody from Proline, I believe, painted it. Yeah.
Strike Force.
So.
Psycho 13 Garage, thanks for the $5. Hey, you got his stickers today. Rich, I've got a set of stickers for you, so message me afterwards with an address. I'll send them out to you.
All right. Getting to a couple of these the ones that I have over here. Paul Steele, Power Rocks. I'm not sure if he is legitimately looking for some help here or if he's making a ironic comment, but he says, what up? I need a crystal for the RC truck I got with my controller. I had no crystal with it, so where could I get a crystal for a transmitter? What can you buy? Is that something you can still buy?
Maybe eBay?
Did we go back in time?
I know.
That's pretty crazy. I don't know that you can buy crystals anymore. Hang on. Let me go to Tower Hobbies. If anybody's going to have them.
I mean, honestly, Tower Hobbies is like, yeah, I can see that. They've got that section in the back of the warehouse there that just looks like the old store. They have crystals.
Transmitter crystal. Yes. I got a FM 27 megahertz channel 2. Oh shit, no longer available. Damn it.
I was going to say, because I know that the way our system works, that after a certain amount of time, if there's no demand for it, it automatically gets killed and discontinued. It has to be a certain threshold.
Justin just says A-Main has Traxxas crystals.
Incredible. I can't believe that. Away. That's amazing.
That is amazing.
Yes, you can still buy crystals. Okay. All right.
We learned something. And Juan Rico. West Coast people wishing about places to crawl. That's not what we said. They were trying to find a place that would be suitable to host an event like AxialFest, and it would have to be even bigger than a place in the Midwest, because out on the West Coast you're going to get a significantly larger demand.
Yes.
And that's the thing is, like, not only is it the campground facilities, it has to get the okay from the landowners or whoever it is to let us cut trails. The state and whatever it is to cut trails and make trails. And I know hikers do the same thing, bikers do the same thing. It's going to go. A lot of these people don't understand the concept of what we do with these RC cars, and they think we're going to go out and destroy the property.
Right.
And so that's another challenge that we run into. So trust me, Andy and the guys are constantly trying to find a place to put on an event that we can have killer trails, killer terrain, camping, on-site facilities, all that stuff. And it's just a challenge.
It's a huge challenge. I tried organizing or helping organize something a long time ago, and they're like, well, like, what's the impact going to be? And I was like, well, you've hosted mountain bike races before? And they're like, yeah. I'm like, okay, it's about the same. Like if you
or less,
you do it over the same number. Like a mountain bike race might be just one day, but AxialFest is like 4 days and you've got all those people stomping through, it's going to be about the same amount of overall impact.
You think these guys would just take our money and run and be happy that there's going to be, you know, a couple thousand people there and all. No, they don't even look at it like that. They want to know what impact is going to have on the property, what rules or what regulations are going to be possibly affected, what's going to happen to the terrain, how are you going to put it back to the way it was? I mean, all that stuff. Cisco, let's face it, those guys didn't care. The place was run down, and they didn't care what we did to it. So
we actually, there were a lot of improvements made while we were there.
Yeah. And the thing is like,
got the shuffleboard series back in go. we fixed all that stuff.
We'll deal with it. Yeah, we'll deal with it. But yeah, finding a place to let us do it is tough, man. Poor Andy, he is always looking.
Yeah, that's a real challenge.
Yeah.
And you also have, it has to be sort of central-ish enough that people are willing to make the trip to go to it.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's some land in central Nevada that we could find. You know, I mean, it's slightly radioactive, only just slightly.
Well, and then you run into the next thing. It's got to be somewhere where the climate's somewhat cooler elevation, because we're hosting it in July. Because God forbid we change the date from the end of July. You know, that would throw everything off, and everybody would be upset. And I have all my vacation I took from last year prepared for this year at that time, and you know, so we try to keep all that in consideration. And you can't, like, let's just say Sand Hollow or somewhere in Utah, you can't do it in July because it's 1,000 degrees there.
Yeah,
you're right.
Know? So that's we got a lot of things that we got to try to get through.
Yeah, you know, it's a puzzle, but every year is a great time. So
it is, and I'm always very appreciative for you guys putting it on, because there's nothing quite like it. There really isn't. If you have not been to an AxialFest, I highly recommend you go to one. I went to 4 in a row, and never seen anything like it. Best time I've ever had with RC trucks.
Yeah. Right. You know, and then you get
Perry G was saying.
Oh, go ahead. Harley.
Oh, sorry. So surprised they didn't look at Bear River Reservoir where Crawford Curious, and they probably did, but Bear River is not. I don't think that's big enough at all for the size of an AxialFest. I mean, it gets packed with Crawl for a Cure, and that's maybe 300 people.
Yeah, AxialFest is like 5 times that.
Yeah, it can be on a big year, especially, you know, like it just Bear River just gets packed so fast.
Yeah,
so
I think the biggest was probably in 18 when it was like 2,200 people, like bodies that were there, somewhere around that.
Right.
You know, and 19 was still 1,000 entries. You know, not counting the other people that were there as well. So that's 1,500. So that's a lot of bodies that you got to have on, and facilities you need to have for 1,500 people or 2,000 people. You got to have restrooms, and there's just so much involved.
How many people do you think made it to Badlands?
I'm guessing between 5.
Oh, I just lost everybody. Skype just died on me. I'll get it back. Oh, great. It's installing an update. What a great time for an update to happen. What the heck? That's incredible. All right, here we go. Coming back. I'm joining the call again.
Parking lot, that was pretty cool.
Ooh. Nobody got stuck?
Nah, one guy got stuck, got a little tug, but other than that, yeah, those guys, like, whatever. I'm watching guys.
Speaking of a little tug.
The tugboat.
Yeah.
The tugboat.
I want that tugboat. I like it.
Dude,
send me one.
So, you know, I get a lot.
Who's your boatman over there?
Who
do I need to speak to?
Of boats.
Hello? Right. Who's the boat guy? Get the boat guy on the phone.
Dude, okay, the scale guys, I thought scale guys were bad. And I know train guys are really bad. But I'm privy to some of the emails we get from different places. And there was someone that contacted us who was a real tugboat captain that was pissed that there wasn't a hook ring in the proper position somewhere on the hull or whatever. And what a disaster. You guys should have talked to me first. I could have told you what it was better. I was like, holy cow, I thought scale guys were bad. Man, this guy was pissed.
Yeah. I mean,
I imagine if you just said, look,
They weren't even that mad when you put too many doors on a Suburban.
Yeah. One of these days.
You know what probably happened?
One of these days.
All you would have had to have done was just say, sir, I really like the cut of your jib. We're going to get you on board here. We'll help you out.
Yeah.
But no, that tugboat doesn't look too shabby. And I've never owned a boat. Huh?
It looks like a tugboat.
Yeah, exactly. I'm into tugboats.
The pre-orders went really, really good on it. So
I bet
the
they
first
did.
shipment is sold out already. I think they weren't expecting that kind of demand for this thing. Even through the whole COVID thing where we've seen all these demands spike, I don't think there was any thought. I don't think they really expected that tugboat to be as popular as it appears it's going to be.
I mean,
wow, that's great.
I was absolutely impressed by the number of people in the comments on Scale News talking about, like, I like the tug. I need the tugboat. I want it to retrieve my whatever else. I'm just like,
yeah, I guess a lot of jet boats and stuff get flipped over, right? So, like, you lose a boat,
well,
the only way to get it is another boat.
Yeah, a lot of them are self-riding now, but there's still sometimes your battery will run out or something will happen and you're just stuck out there and you can use a tugboat to bring it back. So I think we do the arms and stuff so you can kind of capture it.
Yeah, let's do a monthly mayhem
with
the tugboat.
What would you do with a tugboat?
Don't worry about it.
Possibly do with a monthly mayhem to
We're gonna convert them to jet boats.
What is it? Does a tugboat or it just tugs? It tugs.
It pushes. You can push with a tugboat.
Well, they too. Firm tug. Yeah. I said, like, I had a video where I had a how-to. What was it? Oh, it was on our Honcho budget build off, and I had one part of that video where, like, I was giving some sort of instruction on what I was doing. And for some reason I said, just give it a firm tug.
Oh,
it's just part of the dialogue. And I said, Steve at work still has that clip saved on his phone. Every once in a while, we'll just be sitting there and it'll just be like, give it a firm tug. Like,
that's awesome.
Tugboat speed runs. Oh my God.
So, Rich, back to AxialFest for a second. Would you ever consider, and there's a couple of people who have suggested this. Changi, thanks for the $5. And Ozzy RC Girl, thanks for the $5 reduce. AxialFest Canada, ? And AxialFest Australia, ?
I mean, I think that, I know the hardcore Axial guys are going to say, oh, you guys are just taking advantage of the name and all that type of stuff. But putting on these events have been pretty awesome. And we added the 2. I don't think we've got the bandwidth right now to be able to do many more of them. But I think that the ultimate goal it'd be awesome to be able to do one in Canada, one in Australia, one truly on the East Coast. I hear you, East Coasters. I know you guys get all pissed off about it not being on the East Coast.
East Coasters.
But
Indiana,
having a real East Coast one, I think that I know that we'd like to do that, but quite frankly, I think that it would require, and we just have to see if we could get the people to actually do it. Because right now, I got to step away from product development. You have guys stepping away from marketing. We're just taking all these people from all the different spots in our company to come out and do this stuff. And I think the challenge is you just can't hire people to come out and run the event, because that takes away from the fact we recognize cool rigs when we see them. We understand RC crawling, that type of stuff. If you just hired 30 people to check in and whatever, it kind of, to my feeling, it would take away from the event. So I think that's one of the things, is just trying to find the bandwidth to be able to do that. And I think it'd be rad if we could have one in Canada and one in Australia and all those places. It'd be awesome if we could do it. I don't see why we wouldn't want to, other than the fact of just the bandwidth.
Yeah, it's logistics. It's a big logistical nightmare, because
Matt,
without
we would trade you a couple of kits if you'd be interested in just handling the organization side of it.
Now, if we can upgrade that to a tugboat, now
there you go.
This is a conversation we could definitely have.
2 tugboats.
Yeah, there's a lot of the behind the scenes that a lot of people just don't see that goes on. From making
That's very true.
The gates, making those little gate marker things, to the getting wristbands, making sure you've got. I mean, we still miss stuff. We're constantly trying to make trophies. All this stuff we're trying to do, and we get there and it's like, oh my god, we've been prepping as fast as we could with everything we have, and we still miss something or need. That was my job this weekend. Was I did tech. And I know a couple guys I was watching on there said they got through and cheated and whatever. I caught the guy with the RC four-wheel drive transmission, but there's a few other guys that that got through there. I know there's a couple of us that were doing tech that maybe aren't as savvy. But we got Wyatt Mellon as one of our designers, Mr. Scaler. He's going to be on tech this year at Donner. So Excellent. It's going to be interesting to see how many people get by.
That's good.
But then, so I did that. I ended up doing the sales booth on Saturday because the ARMA guys went to the NASCAR race, so I've got to do the sales booth. And then they're doing 2 races. So actually, I think there's another race coming up that we're gonna have the car.
I heard there was 3.
Oh, cool.
Maybe it's 3 now. I know it was
double
2
header,
for sure.
Pocono or something like that.
Yeah, I know it was 2 for sure. I'm not sure if it was 3. And then other things were, hey, we need parkas or those ponchos. So now I'm driving around in my rental car trying to find ponchos for the staff because it's going to downpour. So I ended up going to Lafayette, which is about 50 minutes, an hour away from Badlands. So I had to go all the way out there to get those. And then, oh man, we need ice. We need some water. We need this. The trophies were pretty cool this year. They were actually a little mask. I don't know if you guys got to see it.
I saw that. Yeah. That was good.
It was like a COVID mask. Like they actually, Laser Nut made them for us, and they were a little mask. And it's like we didn't have any tie down strings for the loops that go around your ear. So I had to go look for masks so I can go find the material so we can cut it off and I could tie them in a knot and put them on there. So there's so many of those little things that just has to happen, and you're trying to do it for several hundred people. It's crazy.
It's a big deal. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a big event, and it's like that every single year too. No matter how many times you've done the same thing, you got to do it the same kind of organization.
The weather is always one of those unknowns too.
And before anybody takes it wrong, we love it. We have a blast doing it. I have a blast running around. I want to make it the best event that we can. Andy, Isaac, everybody there is just, they want everybody to have a good time. I mean, there was some parts, we had some guys running riffs, and we know the riffs have some issues, and especially when you're sending them there in a quarry. We took apart a couple of our own vehicles to provide people with parts to make sure they could run because we wanted to. I mean, I was tracking down people, whatever we could do to help people out and make sure that they could run. That was our deal. And then we had one of the Spectrum guys there, Tom Cogswell. He helped out people with their radio systems, do that type of stuff. So we love it. Everybody loves it. Andy's mom was doing the running the shuttle. So she handled the shuttle for 2 days straight.
That's what someone said. Andy's mom was the real MVP, and I didn't read that comment because I didn't know.
Right.
I was just like, no, I'm not reading that.
Yeah.
That sounds creepy.
Yeah.
I know. I'm just like, nah.
Yeah. So the guys, we all love it. As much of a lot of work it is for us, we love it. So don't think we don't want to do it. We want to give everybody the best event we can.
And I think that's always kind of been the crux of it, is that it's not about anything other than giving back to the fans and the people the customers who enjoy the product.
Right.
But it's also that you guys love putting it on.
Yeah.
I think a good rundown would be, we see it all the time. I think it's one of the things that could be improved with pre-AxialFest items is a general rundown of the, I'm not saying rules, but guidelines.
Right.
I think it should be fairly obvious.
It should be pretty clear.
It should be
AxialFest.
It should have said Axial on the box when you bought it.
Right.
And then from there, any of the things.
The easiest way.
Yeah. I can bring this though, right? Like that's fine.
Right.
And you know what? You have those guys that just want. You're going to have those 1 or 2 guys that just want to prove screw Axial. I'm going to run my element, and I'm going to bring my associated shirt, and I'm going to do this and that or whatever it might be. And guys, we're not going to get in a big fight with you guys about it.
Right.
It's about having fun with it. And yeah, you guys can try and test us and see if you can sneak past parts. But the idea is it's an AxialFest. Bring your Axial rigs. Axial-based.
Right. Axial-based or products made for an Axial.
Right.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah, I guess that seems to be kind of the extent of it. It should be an Axial vehicle. It should have said Axial on the box when you bought it.
Yeah.
And the parts that you have on it should be based for an Axial.
Right.
So.
And that's a great thing. I hadn't thought about saying the fact that it should come in an Axial box. You know, I've always been using the fact that it's got to be a part that is a replacement for an OEM Axial part. So it's a 3-gear transmission or whatever it is. You know, yes, you can run Vanquish axles. No, you can't run a VS410, even though the axles are based off it. It's like and we're not. It's not like we're trying to be.
You're not being jerks. It's an Axial event.
Yeah.
I'm not going to take
It's an Axial event.
I've never
Bottom
taken
line.
a VS410 to Axial. Like I have Axial trucks that I really enjoy driving, and I'm happy to go play with other people with Axial trucks. Like
Right, exactly.
Yeah, it's cool to see what everybody's done to their rigs and how they built them, what they've done, they've changed them, whatever it is. It's fun to see what they can do, and it brings that creativity to people about, I want to do this for my Axial. And you know, if it's Axial based, you could do it.
Yeah, exactly. Gunnar did ask if you have any interest in trying some Armageddon.
No.
No.
Based on the reactions I've seen from you guys, no, I'm not a hot person. Although it would be interesting to see what my sister-in-law would do. She
likes the hot food.
Oh, I see.
Holy cow! She cooks stuff in this house. I have to open all the windows because I can't walk in the house because it burns my eyes. I can't do it. And you know what, though, too? There's the other thing that was pretty funny is the guys kept trying to get me after hours to go for a ride in the side-by-sides. And I was like, no way. I am not going with you guys.
What's wrong with that? There's nothing wrong with those.
When they came back, they were covered in mud and soaked. Everybody had to throw their shoes away. And I knew that was going to happen. And every time they went, no, Rich, don't worry. We're going to do a little rock crawling. We're not going to go through the water. Every time they came back, they're just soaked. I was like, nope, I'm a prima donna. I ain't getting wet. I am not getting wet. I'm
You know
nice
what?
and comfortable. I got dry shoes.
I hate wet shoes. And
wet
traveling
shoes
in that
is not
situation. Yeah.
Yeah, it was
But
funny.
you know what?
Paul Wilhite had to get rid of his shoes, and he bought sandals at the local CVS to take onto the plane because his shoes were so bad from driving.
You know that you guys could have worn like boots, right? Like you could just bought some boots.
Yeah, I had those too, but no way, man. I ain't not gonna get all stinky and wet and all that stuff. If I'm close to home, send
you
it, then I can take a
Californians.
No, I agree. If I'm close to home,
right.
Even then, like I better have some sort of plan to be able to either that or I'm driving in my birthday suit home because I'm not sitting in my seat in wet clothes.
That's why I have seat covers just in case.
Nope.
I think it just happens because I'm just getting older and maybe wiser. I don't know, but I'm just like, screw that. I am not getting wet. I'm not gonna have a suitcase full of wet clothes.
And
no way.
I carry a backpack every day. Like I take it with me everywhere.
Right.
You know. And
what are you?
I am
school.
I know, right? But I have for years when I was in engineering and everything because you have your laptop or whatever, like no matter what. So it's just always easier to carry a backpack than a briefcase or anything like that. So, or like a laptop carrying case, whatever. Always a backpack. And honestly, at this point, I usually have like socks and a shirt and some shorts in there. Like,
oh my god.
Yeah. I pack my suitcase like, with my underwear, like I'm going to crap my pants every day. So I've got like 12 pair of them. I don't know why, but I bring so much extra underwear. And I never use them, but you know what?
Always socks for me. I have like 3 pairs of socks for every day I'm going.
You guys in California, if this is a good representation.
You have no...
If I'm there for a week, Josh.
Doesn't matter.
You wait. You actually unpack and use the drawers?
Yeah, he does.
Yeah.
Like a.
And you're calling me a prima donna?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Wow.
Do you also, Matt? I bet you do. You pull all of your like toiletries out of your travel bag and line them up, don't you?
Yeah. Yeah, of course. I'm living there. That's where I live now.
Oh man.
It depends on the length of the trip. But yeah.
There is no length that matters. I use it and it goes back in the travel bag.
Yep.
Why?
Amen.
What are you worried about? What's the problem?
Because I'm in a hotel. Like, no,
what are you
it goes
afraid
back
that in the
travel-
middle of the night you're just gonna have to like leave?
Stay ready so you don't have to get ready, Matt.
And you've heard those toothbrush stories. I don't like to leave my toothbrush out.
Boy.
Exactly.
You guys. Quack RC, thanks for the $2. Hey, it's mud and rain. Suck it up, Buttercup.
I know. Hey,
Ew.
it is what it is.
What do you go like? Ew, a bug.
Yeah, I don't care.
I don't mind.
Call
bugs.
me a wuss all you guys want. I'm gonna be nice and dry and comfortable.
That's
and just
fine.
chilling out.
That's fine. Hey, you know, I stayed in the actual at Cisco. I stayed in their hotel. I stayed in those rooms.
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 The carpet.
That was
Yeah.
the ones like above the store.
Yeah,
Or
no,
behind-
I was never upstairs. I was always on the main floor. Those were slightly nicer than the ones that were upstairs. Greg and Tony, I think, shared a room in one of those one year. Greg Vogel and Tony Phelan. And then me and Richard shared a room. And I think it was ESP in one of the other rooms, if I recall.
That was one of my saying I grew up with. My dad would say all the time. He'd look at something and he goes, "You know what? This needs a good coat of fire."
Yeah, those rooms.
And
You know what, though? To be fair, the beds were always clean, and so was the bathroom. And that's all that really matters. The rest of it is just window dressing. So,
Yeah, the Badlands facilities was really nice. Like I said, they actually had really nice beds. Even though we were in bunk beds, the beds were nice, the bathrooms were clean, everything was really nice there. Those people know how to take care of that.
that's
properly,
good.
for sure.
John Schultz just checked in. He goes, the bat-infested motel and haunted. It was haunted? Why did nobody tell me that? I stayed there 3 years in a row.
So was that above by the store?
Yeah, right
Yeah,
by the
part
store.
of
It's
that-
like in the back part of the
that
store.
Oh, okay. But that's all gone now because that burned down, right?
Correct. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Good
So I don't know where I'm staying now.
there
I
you
guess
go.
I'm staying with Badger in the tent.
yeah, exactly. Scott O'Blander wanted to know, Rich, if he could sneak his twin hammers past you at Tech. Might be a little bit of a sweet spot, kind of, whoop. Oh.
I don't know about twin hammers, but just to get under Josh's skin, I'd let any ascender come in for sure.
Yeah. Oh, both of
No,
those guys
no.
are going to be sneaky.
They're going to be
Yeah.
thrilled.
No, guys, can't do that. Can't do that.
All three of those left. No.
Hey, you know what I do want to give props to is to Parker and his team. Dude, those guys are animals. They set up 26 trails.
All
A
the
through
levels
Z.
of the alpha.
Yeah, 50 gates per trail. They were all over the place. Dude, those guys were probably 15-hour days. It was crazy watching those guys set those trails up. But I got to give those guys props. And then also one other thing, too, that it was the first time that we tried it. We did the rock bouncer race.
Oh,
So
fun.
we had an open class and we had a stock class. And it actually worked out good. There was a couple hill climb areas that were perfect for the rock bouncing. Ironically, the guys who tried to run their bombers and all their custom rigs couldn't make it. But the ripped guys actually did make it. So the modified guys never made it to the top, but the actual riffs actually made it to the top. So that was pretty cool to see how that went. So it was our first shot. A lot to learn still, but it was
Hill
pretty fun.
climbs at events can be so much fun.
Yes, they can.
We had them at Crawlapalooza all the time, which was always down in Disney, Oklahoma, and that was one of the most fun events. It was, because it's just it was
mayhem.
spectacular. They'd come back down and just you'd have a pile of axles and chassis at different locations. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tony's checking in. Says Harley's never experienced the Cisco hotel, only the Mazda hotel. This is true. Every time I've been in Tony's facilities,
Tony,
which, you know,
that's living on a whole other level. And every time I see it, I'm like, man, I wish I was in there.
Yeah. I remember a quick story of the first time I traveled with Tony.
He goes, brisket? I'm like,
we get up to Cisco Grove. You know, he drove the bus up there, and he parks, and I drove up separately, and starting to get set up, and he like went to the back of the motorhome, like where the master suite is, and he comes back out and he goes, "Oh man, I forgot to air down the sleep number bed before I came up the hill. Oh. You know, it's all over it."
Wow.
It's overinflated.
I'm like, what?
That is awesome.
My wife is going to be so mad. Oh, that's so great.
I remember calling Nicole and telling her that story at the time. It was just hilarious.
It's such a sweet setup, though. I remember
beautiful bus
popping by, and he's like, "Hey, would you like a breakfast burrito?" It's like he was always cooking. It was incredible. Better food there than I've had in a lot of restaurants.
Yeah, that's a nice setup for sure.
Oh, so much fun.
Oh, we got to do it in a couple weeks, so
yeah,
go back out there again.
I've got some notes for Concourse for you.
Oh yeah, I want those things too. Yeah, we need that. I know there was I saw some people saying something about Concourse and they were moving things around, whatever. I didn't actually participate in that part of it. I was doing the sales stuff at that time. But any notes that anybody wants to share with us, share them. You know, I know you have your notes for the show off, but for Concourse, but also
discussing with. What do you mean by notes?
Don't worry about it. Doesn't concern you.
I can't wait to see what these notes are.
It doesn't concern.
Josh, don't worry about it.
Yeah, I know you will. But Josh, it doesn't concern you because all of the interiors.
What color foam do I need to look for?
Right, exactly. All of the interiors will be made out of actual material, not out of a foam sheet.
But you don't have to be special like Matt. Anybody can send any feedback they want to us, and we'll definitely hear it out because we're only trying to improve it.
Nobody's as special as me.
Yeah, he's special for sure.
Gunnernison, thanks for the $5. Our AxialFest tickets available at the event. Too late to buy tickets online now. Also, Matt, want to trade an X-Max and Jerky for your Shippy tribute? Ooh. Well, because Rich is on the show right now, no. I don't like X-Maxes. I like the Axial Rift. This episode brought to you by the Axial Rift.
Oh man, yeah, I believe we're doing the daytime rival signups too. I think we're still doing those because I know we did it at Badlands. And
yeah, as far as I know, they've always done that at Axial.
Yeah, the only thing you won't get necessarily is you might not get one of the goodie bags.
Right, you don't get the best swag bag.
Right. Yeah, so that's the only bad part about it.
Because you gotta
everything else
they gotta make those in advance for all the advance ticket sales.
But you do qualify for the raffle, and the way they've done it now is we've broken it up rather than a 4-hour night of raffles. We've broken it up to an hour every night. So we're doing Thursday night, Friday night. So you have multiple times to come back, get your ticket, and get a chance to win something. So we spread out the product, but I think it makes it better because now you're not literally sitting there for 4 hours, which it was awesome before. Don't get me wrong, it was entertainment, and they kept it going, but it just kind of I think helps with the flow. Yeah. I think it just helps with the flow. So
it sounds like I'll have 4 nights worth of clear trails though.
There you go. Yep.
Boy, oh boy, I wish I could travel.
Yeah.
I'm really disappointed I'm missing it again.
I know. Yeah, that's
son of a
couple of
next year.
I know.
I'll do them both.
Did Matt watch Idiocracy?
Yes, I did watch Idiocracy. But this we can save this for after because Rich doesn't care about the worst movie ever made.
But I still haven't seen that RC movie.
What?
I still have not. I know.
Why have we not implemented our rule, Matt? We say it every time.
Every time.
So
You're not allowed back until you watch the dang movie.
I'm going to download it to my iPad, and when I'm at AxialFest, I'm going to watch it. That's what I'm going to do.
What are you doing later? Just watch it tonight.
No, I got to save it for a special moment.
He's going to watch it up on the summit of Donner with his iPad in his lap, sitting
as the sun rises.
Yeah, I want to have that amazing experience of watching that movie you guys have said I have to watch.
Well, you have to watch it, but it's not good. Yeah. Timothy Locke's Perception Deception. Would an SSD Trail King qualify for AxialFest? No, in no way, shape, or form. That is not an Axial kit.
Yeah, it does not say.
That's to say Axial on it, and that does not. Rich,
just have an AxialFest screening. Ooh, there we go.
Yes, we'll set it up. I'll get you in touch with the director.
Dude, did you guys just hear that? They're shooting fireworks in my neighborhood right now.
It's a little early.
It's still like that.
Are they shooting them at the tires of your neighbor? That might explain a lot.
And you know what's funny? I had so many people come up and say, "Hey, how's it going with your neighbors? What's going on with your neighbors? What's the latest with your neighbors?"
You know what would be even better, and I think I might keep this idea for myself for the next time I get to see you in real life. So I'm just going to bring a battery that's like dying in a fire detector, smoke alarm, and just carry it with me on my backpack.
Yeah.
The sounds of home.
Funny. I was looking right over my shoulder, and I could see a 4-foot tall weed on their front yard. It's just one weed that's just standing 4 feet up next to the broken trailer.
Couldn't get to it with the weed whacker, I guess.
That's just native, native grass.
Yeah, those are just wild grasses.
News. Oh, good news! They got a puppy.
These people are the best.
Oh my God. The last two dogs, I complained because they were barking a lot and they wouldn't pay attention. They were just out in the backyard. And I told the neighbor, I said, "Hey man, those dogs, you got to do something. Let them in the house. They got to be quiet. I mean, they bark for hours and hours and hours. No problem. I'll get rid of them." The next day, they were gone. Gone. I'm like, dude, I didn't mean for you to get rid of your dogs. And just do something.
Well,
that's
the problem, Rich. You said you've got to take care of those dogs.
Right.
And he meant
that.
Take care of those dogs. That's terrible.
I don't know if you took them for a ride. I don't know what happened to them, but it's.
You ever been to prison, Rich?
Yeah. You ever been to jail?
No.
Yeah. Yeah, that was it. You ever been to jail? Like,
no.
Wait, Rich, that's
shoot. I had a bunch of questions.
It's probably not fireworks.
Yeah, fireworks in California sounds like a bad idea, though, right?
Yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah.
I live in a hillside where there's a lot of dry brush too, so I'm not too excited about it. And it literally looks like Disneyland fireworks show here on 4th of July and several weeks leading up to it. So these knuckleheads just keep lighting them off.
Yeah, that's yeah. But and also, California doesn't really have fireworks. They're fake ass fireworks.
Right. So that's what you would think.
Safe and sane. They call
have the safe and sane. However, nobody in the city of Fontana uses safe and sane fireworks. They go buy the good stuff at the Indian reservations, and they go across the border. And I am telling you, it looks like Disneyland fireworks show. I don't even buy fireworks. I just sit out in the front and just watch my neighborhood. It's just insane. I'll record it for you guys.
I don't even like fireworks that much because my dog really hates them. So,
yeah, same problem. I had the same problem with my dogs too.
Yeah,
two of my dogs, same thing.
They don't like it.
So, yep.
Well, Rich, thank you very much for giving us the lowdown on what happened at AxialFest this year. It's really great that you got married again at the event. That's pretty cool. You toasted each other with a glass of mud, which was really fun.
Yeah, it was a good time. Thanks for having me on again, you guys. It's fun, and I think I'm looking forward to seeing Josh in a couple weeks. I'm not sure.
Not as much as if I were going to be there.
Be prepared.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good time, and thanks everybody.
No, it's not. It's gonna be the worst. Don't anybody go.
It's gonna be a fun time. Yeah, you're gonna miss out all the good stories. We're gonna have Josh and I are gonna have all the good inside stories.
Yep. Like, oh, you remember that time?
Remember,
that was great.
Remember that?
You remember that? That thing.
Remember when Matt was joking about a 12 by 12 and then it came out?
Right on, guys. Well, cool. Thanks for having me on.
Thanks, Rich. Always a pleasure. Good to see you again, buddy.
All right, cool. We'll see you guys.
Love you. Bye. Oh, you're all the wrong size. I gotta fix you now.
Fixed.
There we go. All right. Let's talk Idiocracy for a moment. What a giant piece of shit.
You are insane, sir.
I like Mike Judge a lot, but that was foul.
That
in not even a funny way. Like, it was just not funny. What? It wasn't funny.
Who are you?
Those people trying to act, like those actors trying to act stupid made me very upset. Although I did like Terry Crews as Terry Crews as the president.
President Camacho.
President Camacho was pretty great. That saved it for me. Otherwise, I was going to be like, I don't know if I need to ever see this again. But
no, this one goes in your mouth, and this one goes in your.
What? This one. That was pretty funny. I like that they were using Brando for everything.
Yeah.
Brando, because it has electrolytes.
Yeah. And that's why on the BS410 sticker sheet, it says it's got electrolytes.
It all makes sense now. It's electrolytes. It's what plants crave.
It's great. Sponsored by Carl's Jr.
Okay. There were some funny moments for sure. But overall, it just kind of dragged for me. It could have been so much better, I think. I think it could have been better. But yeah, welcome to Costco. I love you, though.
Welcome to Costco. I love you.
Yeah. Now, see, saying all these things again, quite funny. But at the time, I was a bit like, I was expecting more.
You're crazy. It's a modern classic.
It's painfully too accurate, said Tony from CCXRC.
Yeah, that's the thing. It maybe wasn't good that many years ago, but now you're like, oh shit.
Oh, this is actually fairly apropos.
Yeah.
Like anytime anybody was smart, they were instantly gay.
Yeah.
Heavy RC said, Matt, can I interest you in a hot latte? Yeah. I like that H&R Block was also like basically a whore place. A whorehouse.
Oh shit, it's Upgrade. Upgrade with 2 Ds for a double dose of piss pimpin'.
Yeah. Kind of like The Simpsons. It too predicted the future. The Time Machine, that ride's stupid.
That ride sucks.
Oh man.
Just yeah. Great movie. I own it.
Of course you do. Do you watch it a lot though?
Every once in a while. I have a number of movies that I watch kind of in a some sort of.
Was it brought to you by Carl's Jr.?
Brought to you by Carl's Jr.
It was brought to you by.
I like money.
Matt's upset because 500 years in the future, everybody is Canadian. Josh lives it. Josh lives Idiocracy. Oh my God. Hey, I forgot to show you guys my RC10 is finally done.
It looks old.
What an old piece of crap. Guy at the hobby shop was saying he ran into a guy who was selling his, I don't know if it was mint condition, but it was close to mint Kyosho Optima Mid, which was my dream. I had one when I was a teenager, and I regret not having it anymore. But I was like, oh man, that's amazing. And he goes, yeah, the problem was I showed as much enthusiasm to the guy who was selling it as I had in my head, and then the price went up. Does the plastic in the Tony, yeah, exactly. Erase that sentence and try again. He's gonna type a new one here.
Why come you don't have a tattoo? why come you don't have?
Oh God, I got my law degree at Costco.
Yeah, chart says you're just all fucked up. My girlfriend's tarted. She's a pilot.
Oh God. Back to the car for a moment. Reproduction graphics for the Trophy Girl magazine ad. So if you go back and Google Trophy Girl RC10, there's a man, and then there's a full-size one of these in the background. You're such a goofball. Does the white plastic come already turned vintage yellow? Sadly, yes. I did everything I could to brighten it up. But it was already, I think it was fairly yellow adjacent, but that's about as white as I could get.
The reproduction is even already yellow.
This is an old car, but you know, for its age, it's pretty clean. It's better if you just Google Trophy Girl.
Yeah, exactly. Quack
Lose the RC10 part.
I missed your previous one. You're not sugar. Go outside and play. Probably making fun of our, California sensibilities.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
And Perry G says, I knew I switched channels for a reason, for you not liking Idiocracy.
Travis Gilmore goes, I hated that movie, and then spends the next 10 minutes quoting it. Well, yeah, but I also hated flying cars. And I've watched that movie 5 times.
See, that's one of the things. You gotta go back and watch.
Yeah, I'll give it another go. And then the dildozer and stuff, that all made sense too, because I saw that.
Finally. Yeah. Beef Supreme.
Yeah. Was that the name of the other one?
No, yeah. Beef Supreme was the guy driving the dildos with the flame over here.
Right, I recall. All right. Well, what do you think? Should we wrap this one up for tonight?
I suppose so. I think that is Squints Palladorus. Thank you very much. Did he patina an already vintage car? No, that's natural.
No, that's natural. It's just how this car is. It's not patina though. I mean, I painted the body pearl white and put all the decals on from a reproduction sticker sheet. I even got a reproduction motor sticker. It's kind of hard to see because it's in the car, but it's got a team associated competition stock motor sticker on there with the address from when they were on Cadillac Drive.
What? Aren't you just so accurate?
Yes. So, who did the decals? I got them from a place called mciracing.ca. He's a Canadian man. I think he may have something to do with the Team Blue Groove folks.
Oh yeah, that's right. I know. Okay, I thought
reproduction
that was,
bodies.
I thought Team Blue Groove was in the
Canada.
Overseas.
No, I did not. They're in the Canada.
So they're just international, not overseas. What do you know? Interesting. If you have one bucket that contains 2 gallons and another bucket that contains 7 gallons, how many buckets do you have?
That was the only question, right?
Yeah. the square.
You're like
put the
so smart.
In.
Oh God.
All right. Saying thank you to some people. Jeremy Burris, Brian Sherwood, Jeremy Burris again. Thank you very much. Quacker RC, Paul Steele Power Rocks, Juan
That's a
Rico,
good name.
Gunnar Nissen, Scott O'Blander, Quack RC, Perry G, Squints, Paladors. Thank you all. Much appreciated.
Perry G, Quack RC, Perry G, Ozzy RC Girl, Psycho 13 Garage, Chung RC, RCR, Ozzy RC Girl, Quack RC, and Gunnar Nissen. Thank you, everybody. Much appreciated.
Much appreciated to all. Next week, 69.
69, dude. Yeah. It's going to be a special episode. I don't know what we're going to do. Maybe we could actually do nominees for the Scalies.
For the Scalies, that would be. We should come up with our categories.
Yeah, that's actually a good idea. We'll do the categories, and then we'll get the viewers to help participate in the nominees. Agreed. Tony CCXRC snuck in $9.99. Thanks, buddy.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
All right, so Scalies for episode 69. The categories. All right,
worth it. Good stuff. As always, appreciate you guys watching.
Yep.
We'll see
Very
you.
Cool. What are you doing on Friday?
I am assembling that Toyan gas 4-stroke engine.
Oh, fun. Yeah, because Nicole's back. Right on.
She is back. I picked her up at 2 a.m. last night. Glad she's home. Her flight got in at 11, but I fell asleep. So she was mad.
You are a fool. All right, guys. Have a great night. I'll see you. I'll check in on Friday night, and I'll watch you build that thing. And
sounds good.
Yeah. Have a great week, everybody.
Yep.
I'll be building
later, everybody.
Stuff next week too. Bye. Take care. Love you. Bye.